Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Andrea. Today we're going to talk about the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I have a little bubble wrap here that I opened up to kind of try to match myself, and we'll talk about it as I swatch. I have cream here. I'm going to start here. So cream, and it's described as fair with pink undertones. Then we have silk light with pink neutral undertone. Then we have sepia with light medium neutral undertones. I think I need a little more for that. Oh, maybe a little too much. Let's try now. There. So that is sepia. And then we have the last one, sienna. It's the darkest one, which is medium deep with pink peach undertones. These are all four of them. Hope you can tell. I'm gonna come in close. I can also tell that it's starting to kind of dry up, and you can see where it's dried and where it's not. So here we have all four swatches. Looking at the swatches, unless you want a corrector, I wouldn't go for any pinks. So the two first ones are definitely a no-go for me. And then the third one, which I thought it would be the sepia, because it's a little more neutral. And yeah, I think that would be my color. It almost looks warm, not just neutral. It looks almost warm, but you can tell like they're starting to dry out, and it almost looks like it's oxidizing. I've definitely have this with it. I don't know if it's a personal problem or it's just what happens, but it's definitely oxidizing. You can see the edges being darker than the actual middle of the swatch. The dark one doesn't, well, no, the dark one too. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to apply the third one, which is the sepia. Light medium, I believe. Yeah, light medium with neutral undertones. I'm gonna do one side with just the finger and then the other side with the brush, and I'm gonna use these VK Angie Head and Flushy in A506. But first I'm gonna start with the finger. So I'm gonna just go underneath here. You can tell it's a little warm. And it's not that I'm mad. I'm not mad at all, because I do like these. It contrasts my darkness underneath there. I'm gonna get a mirror real quick. Actually, it's set, but it was really easy to apply. It went in really nice, really easy. I'm gonna go on top as well. I always do these just to kind of bring the same color up and color correct whatever I have on top, and have like a primer for my eyeshadow. Now these set, it had set very quickly. Like it's set. Right now it's set. I mean, hello, that's crazy. Like really. But I feel like I might want more, but I'll let it sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with the brush. Let's see. I don't want to take too much. Let's see. I feel like it blended better with the finger than it did with the brush. Maybe it's my imagination. What do you feel? But of course, because it's quite yellow, you can tell all of the redness. I mean, it's really accentuated. But that's okay, we'll take care of that in a little bit. I feel like I like this side better though. What do you think? Yeah, I like it better. So I'm just gonna go and try to kind of gently go around and see if I can move the product now that it had set. I would also like to apply just a tiny bit more. Let's see if it does anything. Do these and these. just under. Okay, and now I'm just gonna take it on my little spots just to try and color correct that. I'm not sure if this does good with it on the face. Some concealers words. Some concealers are better, even though they're all for just under eye, they're better on the face than they are under the eyes for whatever reason. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do it my nose as well, because I'm always having trouble with redness around. Maybe that will cut down on the redness. Let's see if that does it. Sniffle season is here. Not particularly happy about that. I don't particularly enjoy my nose being sniffly. I'm gonna take the brush now. I always need to get underneath my nose here with a brush. You can tell my, because of my sniffly nose, I get a little bit of a flakes around my nose, especially around my nostrils or on the nostrils. That's actually nice for what I needed it, you know. It definitely did a bunch. And it almost looks like it's minimizing my pores. Do you see that? Maybe I'll just put it all around, because you can tell look at my pinkness here, where I didn't reach, where I didn't do it. And then also on my forehead. Not much though on the forehead, but still, I mean, look at the difference. Okay, maybe I'll just go do that. You know what? I'll just do that. Let's see how that is. Let's open the bubble all the way. With these bubbles, you really don't know how much we're getting usually, because even though there's a lot, some products spread better than others, and some of them don't. So of course, with the better spread, you get better coverage, or more coverage, I should say. More area coverage, not necessarily as a coverage. Okay, a tiny bit up here. Like literally a tiny bit. I really don't want a lot of coverage or a lot of, I just want evening of the face. I'm not sure if I took anything. There we go. I'm afraid to dip in there too much because I don't want to put too much in there. But it sets like so quickly, you guys. Like quickly, you've got to work quickly with this. Hopefully it won't oxidize. I hope so. Like it did on the hands. I still have the swatches. We can look at them. Oh gosh. Do you see how dark this has gotten? Now, this is what I'm using right now. The third one. We shall see. I'm gonna go a little bit underneath here. See if it kind of doubles up on coverage. Hold on. I like that. I really do. Almost wish I had a bigger brush so I can cover faster. That's okay, we'll just do it this tiny one. They'll also let me kind of put it where I wanted and not everywhere. Also, if you work in tiny layers, like little layers, one, you don't over apply, and two, you only apply it where you need it, you know, and less is definitely, what do you mean? What do you call? It looks less cakey, and it wears better too if you put less layers and less product on it. it doesn't turn cakey on. Okay. I'm actually quite surprised with this. Though it started to kind of crinkle a bit. It is set, like it is set. I didn't blend it right, hold on. Because I'm not putting a lot and I only have a small, tiny brush. It definitely takes me longer to put the coverage where it needs to be. Spread it too. I am quite content right now. All right, let's try just a tiny bit on these spots and then we'll let it go. The good thing about using these as a overall is that when I layer the coverage, it's not showing a different color, you know. It's the same color, just doubled. It is set. I mean, set. Like it's no stickiness, no nothing. Well, my lips. You know, it glides. It's not sticky. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So before I forget, I did have these sunscreen on. It's a Madagascar Centella from Skin 1004. It's the mineral SPF 50. So that's gonna matter to what you put underneath. But yeah, it's definitely looking really perfected, really like airbrushed. It looks really nice, you guys. I can tell here that I have creasing. I always get creasing. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this concealer. Use this Laura Mercier powder foundation, the new one, because I've been really liking it. It seems really nice. It blurs. And yeah, so far I've been really enjoying it. Do you see how when you're setting things and there's no shininess, especially underneath your eyes, it looks like it's more flawless, like it's not as deep, like it's not as wrinkly, like it's so much better. It looks so much better when it's like set underneath the eyes, especially. Now the rest of the face, you do whatever you want, but man, I really like a set eye, under eye. Let's do this too. Okay, I really like this so far. Like a lot. And I used very little. I mean, look at my bubble here. Hold on, let me cover the other ones. This is the one that I used. Look how much is still in there. I'll show you the other side too. There's a lot of it. I'll peel it all off. There's so much in there. There's very little, which I'm really happy. I'm gonna just tape those up shut or put something heavy on top of it so it doesn't dry, because I really want to wear this again. I really like it. So we'll see how it does underneath, but for the full face, it's really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face makeup and then I will come back and we'll see how it actually looks with everything. Makeup is done and this is what we're looking at. Everything blended really nicely on top of it. Of course, like I said, with, like I say in my videos, with a powder face, everything kind of blends nicely on top if you're using powder. Some creams also work good with powder, but some don't. And I did see that I got some, like, I'm gonna come in close, hold on. Oops. Okay, so for looking up here, I got some creasing. The coverage is still there. There's really not it's not as bad. It's more on this side than it is on this side. And this one I did with the brush, and this one I did with the hand. I went over with the brush, you know, with the hand over here, but by that time it was quite set. So I don't know if it did anything. But other than that, it's really been really good. I'm looking here now, hold on. A little creasing here. It hasn't been maybe 15-20 minutes since I put it on. It's quite crackly there, so I'm gonna take a brush, a concealer brush, and kind of just smooth that out. And then I did see that it was kind of little, it shows a little bit my dryness. You see up here and a little bit up here, but not too much though. It's not bad. But because we're doing a review, I definitely want to be thorough with it. So yeah, so far so good. It's not really anything but these little lines that are up here. Maybe I can smooth them out a bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not moving. It's not moving. It's set. So we're gonna let it be. And then I'll come back about 3 to 4 hours later to show you how it looks and how it's wearing. But so far I'm really happy with it. It really looks like airbrushed. It looks nice. The coverage is good. The color is good. It hasn't oxidized on my face. It doesn't seem like it. I don't know if it is because I put it everywhere, so there's no difference really. Usually if I have it just underneath the eyes and then I have just my regular foundation, then I can see the difference. But so far, everything's good. Everything is looking really nice. So I'll see you later. It's been 5 hours since I've put this concealer on, and let's see how it's looking. I took a little peek in the mirror earlier and it looks heavy. So a tiny bit shiny on my nose, which actually is not bad at all for the 5-hour check mark. But it's looking a little heavy, a little too like it gathered a little too much, like around here. Let me take a brush. So yeah, around here, kind of broke down a bit on the nose, and then the chin a bit, a little bit heavy between my eyebrows here as well. I know it's not meant to be a foundation, but even under the eyes, it looks like it's dry, but also it acts like my oil's poking through kind of made it, kind of made the mascara kind of deposit a bit of darkness underneath it and kind of stick to it. You can tell there's like a little bit of a line there where it gathered again, which that's kind of normal, you know. But even with that being said, if I'm looking up here, like right close to my eye up here, there is a thing like that I really don't usually get, and I really am not liking what it's doing. And there's a lot of lines. I mean, you can tell, like when I'm smiling like this, there's like a lot of crackling. It kind of emphasizes it. Is the lines are there, the lines are there and they're always gonna be there, but some products emphasize it and some products do not. So with that being said, for the 5 hours, I don't think it looks too bad, but definitely not the best. So I'm gonna just kind of see, all that it took is just a little gentle touch, and it took care of that shininess. Just go like this and kind of just break it down. You know, I can feel oil poking through. It's not very much of it, it's not a lot, but definitely enough. Now the under eyes are actually quite dry. Doesn't really move a lot. And remember, I did set it, so I didn't think it's going to budge really, but it did. The coverage up here is still nice, even here and then here. Even though you can still see, you know, some, but it's definitely still good protecting there, and here too. So all in all, not too bad for the 5 hours. I've definitely had worse under eye concealers that did worse for the 5 hours. It's actually not looking bad at all under the eyes, especially, but I still like it on the face. I think it still look perfected, and now that I went around and kind of smoothed out some sides, it's definitely looking nicer. I could do a little more, but I'm just gonna let it be. And for the 5 hours, I mean, I don't really have a lot of oil spoken through, which actually that's very surprising now that I think of it, because my oils are just like no joke, like really no joke. It's like they're coming through, and this one it's really doing good. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with it right now. We'll see what the night brings and see how long this will keep like this. And it's really not, it's not hot outside at all. It's actually cold outside. So it's like upper 50s, close to 60. So that will matter too. There is some heat going on in the house because it's cold. So the heat's going on. So that's not gonna, you know, with it not being hot outside, it's definitely not gonna make it wear down faster. So, you know, that could also be showing, or exactly not showing that many oils on that much oil on my face. But yeah, I like it. Let's see how it wears at the end of the night. It is past 8 o'clock. I'll have to see how many hours it's been, but quite a bit of hours. Let's look at the foundation, well, the concealer. So as far as eyes goes, can we see that? The coverage is still there. It's just kind of heavy looking. Not all coverage is there, to be fair, but it's kind of made my mascara kind of smudge a bit, and you can really tell. But I have it like kind of broken down around my nose. My skin is kind of dry, so you can really tell. But it looks really good. It really looks good. It's a little shiny on the T-zone mostly, and then like a little bit on the, you know, cheeks, where the oily T-zone is. But it's actually held up really good. It's been quite a long time since I put it on, and I'm really liking it. I got a little warmer throughout the afternoon, and I kind of got a little sweaty, but it's really holding up really nice actually. I'm liking it. So far today's been really good. The wear, like I said, it's definitely much nicer on the sides because my skin is not as flaky there. But as far as overall wear, I think it wore really nicely. I'm gonna do a little, like, it's a little shiny, but not much really, just a bit, not very much, very little. Yeah, you can see some redness poking through, but I think it really actually held up really good. I'll have to play with the eyes a little more and see if I really like it. But at least it didn't really oxidize like it did on the skin, on the hand, on the back of my hand. So anyways, not mad at it. I still would like to find something that actually works perfectly. But yeah, not too mad about it. Better than others that I've had. So this is my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I gave you a little bit of detail there in case you were eyeing it and in case you wanted to try it. I do really recommend to get a sample size as per usual. It's definitely much better than to get the whole size and then, you know, be stuck with a whole full size. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.